Hello and welcome. Welcome in. Today we are going to do a pick a pile. So pick a pile is going to be the one. Let's go ahead and get started. So give me 1 second. I think I'm going to change the lighting. So just give me a second. Oh, that's much better. Of course, much better. So it'll be general messages for today. It's just based on a pick a pile segment. I will be using these wonderful, lovely tea leaves, tea leaf oracles, things of that nature. Now, in terms of choosing a pile, it will be dependent on the dice here that I have. So it'll be dependent on that. The first dice will be about zodiac signs. The other one is planets, and the last one is house slash numerology. I also use this as numerology. But let's go ahead here. Let's see what each and every person, every pile has to say here about themselves, about whatever they choose, right? So let's take a look. We'll start with the tea leaves. I'll do segmented because they're not that easy to shuffle for me. So just give me a second. Let's go ahead and get started. So for pile one, those that chose pile one have a month, a specific month that something's going to be happening for them. Let's see if there's anything else here. Let's keep going. Just going to do one at a time here. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look a little bit more here. Oh, there's another. Oh, there's more, and that's it. And then one more over here. So let's take a look. Is there anything else that is applicable to the first pile? The one with the zodiac signs here? Nope, nope. Okay, so let me just get these together, put them over there where they belong. There we go. And pile two. So for those that chose pile two, what is it about? What's pile two going to be talking about? Let's take a look here. Let's keep going. Let's see what's happening. Pile two, is there anything else that you would like to talk about? Pile two, there it is. There it is. Perfect. Is there anything else for pile two? Let's take a look here. Pile two, please and thank you. Oh, yeah, jumpers I take. Anything else for pile two? Yeah, okay. So let's move on. Pile three. Let's take a look for pile three if there's anything going on for pile three here. Anything other than that for pile three from this one? Yep, great. Anything more for pile three? There it is. Wonderful. And let's take a look here. Lastly, pile three. Anything else for pile three? I saw that. I will take it in a moment. And that. Okay, perfect. So give me a second here. Let me put them together. So that is pile three right there. Wonderful. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I do have these ones over here, which we'll just talk about the overall general sense of what's actually going on for each and every person. This is called the Eco Heart Oracle. So let's go ahead here. Let's see what the main topic is for each pile here, how it synchronizes together, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead. Let's see what's going on. All right, so pile one, what's the message for pile one? There we go. What is the message for pile two, please? What's the message about for pile two? What's going on with pile two? What is happening for pile two? Yes, I see them. And what is happening for pile three, please? What is happening for pile three? What does pile three have to say? What's going on in pile three? I saw that. Okay. Moving along. The flower slash herb types. So that's going to be next. It's going to be a specific question to you for you to ponder about what it talks about, what it pertains to regarding whatever. So let's go ahead here. Let's see. what each and every one has to say. So pile one, what's the synchronization and what's the question for pile one? For those that chose pile one, what is the main question to consider? What's the main question to consider? Pile two, what is the main question to consider? Questions. Okay. Pile three, what's the main question to consider? There we go. That's good. Now each and every one is going to get its proper, proper tarot. So we're going to see with gilded at the beginning. So the first one is going to have the gilded tarot, and we'll see what's going on with that. Let's take a look. Let's see what's happening. I would prefer advice, though. I would prefer advice from the tarot, please. Maybe even like the situation, but then I would like some resolution with it, please. That's what I'm going to focus on here. So what's going on in pile one? There we go. So that's on the side here. So that's presenting like a challenge, and then slightly challenging, but not really. Anything else in order to figure it out, though? Anything else for pile one? Oh my, quite a bit. Okay, a little bit of a boo-boo here, some boo-boos there, and what is, what's best for you kind of thing. Underneath, we will take a look in a moment as well here. Give me a second. I'm just going to get the next one. There we go. It will be the Rider-Waite. Everybody knows this one. So let's go ahead here. Let's see what is going on in pile two. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. I apologize. I'm not really looking at the chats. I apologize, but more than welcome to stick around and take a look in terms of what is happening for each and every pile. So hello to you. Welcome in. Welcome back for some people. And let's go ahead here with pile two. We're mostly focusing on the situation, and then I'm going to be focusing on the advice. So yeah, there it is. Anything else for pile two? I saw that. Give me a second. Pile two. Ooh, there's a boo-boo. What is the best thing to figure out towards the boo-boo? Oh my, it's quite a bit. Okay. And then the bottom we will see in a moment as well. Let me just get another deck for you guys for the third pile. Just a second here. I think I will take, let me see. You know what? I'm going to bring out the cat one. So the third one is going to get the little cat type. It's called Cats Rule the Earth. And that's the tarot version of it. So let's take a look here. Oh, that's interesting. Magician wanted to say hello, but Magician's going to go back in there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here. What's happening for pile three? If there's a boo-boo and then there's advice, things of that nature, let's take a look. So pile three, please. What's happening? Pile three. Thank you. Thank you. So that's there. That's here. Ran off on the side. Anything else? Pile three. Oh my, pile three, you have a little bit of boo-boos. Okay, give me advice, give me resolution. Give me advice, give me resolution. What's the resolution? What's the advice? Give me advice, give me resolution. Give me advice, give me resolution. Got it. Okay. So there's that, there's this, there's also a side type. There was. Okay, so let's take a look, each and every one. Let's see what's going on. And of course, bottom, we will take a look at that as well. So each and every bottom will be looked at in their own time. Okay, let's go ahead here. I just need to make sure that they are proper. There we go. Make sure that they're all proper. There we go. And there we are. Okay. They'll be on their way. We'll talk about those in a moment. Okay, pile one, let's take a look for you. And before we start, we're going to go ahead and see what type of, energy wants to show through here via the zodiac sign. So we have Sagittarius. Okay. There could be a sense of spiritual work here, or maybe spiritual influence here, or even impulsiveness. So be careful that you may, be careful not to be impulsive in a specific situation here. Okay. Let's take a look though. Let's see what's actually going on. We have February, so that's now, apparently. So in this month, you may require to take a little bit easy for yourself, or also you may require to go out on adventures. That is a potential as well here. Next, we have the shield, so you need to defend yourself. Ooh, don't get too quick. A wish granted, lovely. Then we have an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Ooh, that's interesting. Dealings or relationship with a younger man. That might be the person not to cross. But younger man can also mean their mindset. Let's go ahead here. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Yeah. Be careful. Be careful who you get involved with. Getting together with friends. That's okay. February is almost like, mm, it feels like you're going to get a new fresh start somewhere in some type of area of your life. And you may require to slightly stay away from individuals who are no longer on the same type of, mindset as yourself, meaning if you have more of like a responsible outlook on life, it's not really worthy to be crossing people who are making a mess of it, or they make a mess of their own life, but then that also trickles to you, and then it makes your life a mess as well. So try your best not to get into that. Let's see what's going on here. We do have some trust. Oh, that's nice, actually. The question is actually from the Rue: discernment, psychic hygiene, and closure. Yeah, yeah. So, what energetic threads are still clinging to you long after the lesson ended? So, there is something going on here where you get to protect yourself, but you also get to close something for yourself, and therefore move on to individuals who kind of they match you better in life. Okay, they match you better in life. So it seems like in February somebody has the allowance to just move forward with their life. Okay, move forward with their life. The trust one though, I believe that's more about, trusting the process itself, being open to the change that's going to happen here, because not everybody's going to be on your pathway to stay with you long term. Some people just come and go kind of thing. And it's okay if you just, sometimes it's you have to be the one to go, right? But it's for the best here. Let's take a look. What was the problem? The problem was indecision. That was to be enlightened here. That was to be figured out. Okay, give me a second. Let me take a look. Six of Wands on the side, Ace of Wands on the side. Yeah, it's an immature energy. Four of Cups here, and then a Six of Cups along with the Fool. Listen, even though you may feel slightly bad, I got a feeling to mention it that way. You may feel actually bad in moving on with your life to a degree. You may have slightly weighed out some pros and cons here about, cutting some individuals off that you knew were not good for you anymore. You require to go ahead and start a new process in life for yourself with the, I would say, like, wise knowledge, something like enlightenment, but it's also discernment, because discernment was part of this Rue card. It was basically asking you like what's still sticking to you that was long closed, long time closed kind of thing. If you have an individual who just keeps coming back and he keeps poking you, just to kind of antagonize you, or just trying to get under your skin kind of thing, but nothing else, whatever, you're allowed to leave that be. You're allowed to even put a barrier on it, I believe. So this way, because that's the shield there. So this way, your life doesn't get messy due to this individual's their own problems, because it seems like they have their own issues here. And there was a lot of problems. There was, first of all, there were problem with like ego battles, or if you want to call it bantering, like it's some kind of like just talking because they want to be right all the time, always having the last word, something like this. That's gone. They were operating from, like, ego is not a bad thing, but they were operating from a very prideful nature, and it's to the extreme. It was basically over the line of arrogance, over the line of chosen ignorance. It was something like that, right? And it wasn't very healthy, and that's their own thing. It basically says that they were treating you back and forth here with this Ace of Wands. It was something like one day yes, one day no. Like, this is a moody person. This is, I don't want to mention this, but I have to. It is a potential that it was borderline bipolar. This was an individual who was themselves not really directed in life. They didn't have a proper direction even for themselves. So they ran around and they also made a mess of other people's lives in the long run. Now, is it possible they could have been very envious or jealous of what you have and what you've attained and all that? Yes. Yes, it is possible. Um, is it possible that they're the type of person that runs around and is happy that other people are not moving forward in their life, not progressing? Yes, it's possible this person was like that. It's possible this person was the type that was like, well, everybody else has to be miserable or else, something like this. Or they were having this outlook of, how dare you do better than me in life? Let me bring you down a few notches. It was something like this. And you are allowed to move forward in your own life. You're allowed to move away from individuals like this. It doesn't matter if they are, coworkers, friends, a partner, or partners. Not sure how your dynamic goes. Family members, things of that nature. It's just people who they were just not really helping you. And well, they weren't really supportive. They really weren't supportive here. And in this specific pile, it's just saying you are allowed to move forward. You're allowed to leave these people behind. You're allowed to, be more decisive in your life rather than, going along with whatever they thought was good, but they were lost themselves. So it's like that expression where it's the blind leading the blind, right? It's something like this. And your major advice here is not to be blind. Okay, when you go forward into your own adventure, don't be blind. All right, don't be blindsided by people like this in life in general. You'll be fine. No issues. I really don't feel like you're gonna be like, I really don't feel like anything's gonna be wrong here. I think you're gonna be fine. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, and High Priestess. Yeah. So this is one of those types that you yourself, I wonder what this is. Uh-huh. Okay. I was going to talk about that. You yourself are required to reestablish your own sense of confidence within yourself and be able to see these. I mean, I want to call them games. I really do. But they are, they're just clout issues. You know what I mean? Like, just they're made up problems just because, it's one of those things. Like, a person just makes makes an issue because they just don't want you to move forward. It's something like that. So for you, you're allowed to move forward for yourself, but with the High Priestess, it's actually asking you to keep it a little bit hush hush. Keep yourself a little bit hush hush. Don't let this individual know what you're up to. You don't have to. You don't have to let them know what's going on in your life. You really don't. You really don't. What you do require to do, though, is be wise and enlightened enough to be one step ahead here in some way, shape, or form. So that's most recommended with this one here, with pile one. Okay. So if you're going to go on a new adventure, make sure make sure that first of all the old stuff is gone, because it does ask you, what energetic threads are still clinging to you long after the lesson ended. So make sure that you're really done with it, kind of thing. And make sure that when you're going towards a new beginning, you know what you're getting yourself into, right? You know what you're getting yourself into, that kind of thing. You're allowed to take a little bit of a pause during your new beginning and really ask yourself whether or not it's for you. If it's not for you, don't continue it. You don't have to. You're not like nobody is, nobody's twisting your arm that you have to go down the same path that they are. No, 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 nobody's doing that. Okay. Your sense of responsibility might be doing that to you, gaslighting you and making you feel bad for others, but at the same time, you are the sole person that's responsible for your life, because you are the one that puts your head to the pillow at the end of the day without regrets, hopefully. Okay, second pile, let's take a look here. Oh, there it goes. Well, we have Jupiter. That's nice. Jupiter is known for, good luck, happy occasions, nice events, maybe even it is possible some of you might be going on a date. I don't know why I need to say that, but there's something going on here. Blessing is in disguise, a little bit of karmic reward. Now, when I say karmic reward for pile two, what I mean is, uh, bad games, bad rewards, good games, good rewards, right? It's something like that. So let's take a look in terms of what's actually going on overall. But Jupiter seems to be quite on a person's side over here. Now, Jupiter is the planet of Pisces and Sagittarius. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. We have the teapot. So deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Very nice. Very nice. You may have like a what do you call those? It's one of those like ride or die types of people, right? You may have one like that in your life where you would do anything for and they would do anything for you. It's one of those things, which is very good, very good. Now, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. The boot is just basically letting you know, hey, if you want something really good in life, go after it, kind of thing. Then we've got flowers, so happiness. This is nice. You have a very nice read. Okay, let's keep going here. Caterpillar, so things will not always be this way. A change is coming. So if you do, like, if you are in a place where you might feel like you don't have any supportive individuals around you, this will actually change. And dealings or relationship with an older man. Let's see. I'll be honest with you. Some of you may not find solace with this older man. This may not be a set in stone type of dynamic for you. You may actually end up, well, I mean, friends, right? Or like you'll have somebody that you can really depend on, really trust, that is of the same sex, not the opposite. Okay, so there is something like that. There is also something about if you are going through some, I want to say, difficulty with an older individual. It is possible that this is not, obviously, this is not set in stone, especially since it says things will not always be this way. You could be like, you could have a son of your own. So I'm addressing the older man right now, or I'm addressing the younger person that has a father figure. And there's something that may not be working out very well right now, but it's actually going to go very, very well down the road. But there's a requirement to build it. There's a requirement to make, like, put effort into it in order for this dynamic to change from bad to good. Okay, give me a second. Let me see what's going on. We do have the earth memory. Oh, that's about ties and protection. Some of you may actually be having some issues with it doesn't have to be an older man, it could be an older woman, regardless. Some of you could be having some issues with an older generation. Let's just say it that way. Um, and there's a requirement to kind of also protect it, but it's a matter of making it right or correcting the situation, or rather, it could not be that actually. For the time being, you could be speaking to a friend of yours about it, but there's nothing done about it because the higher ups are going to take care of it instead. So you're not meant to do anything about it. Right now, really all you can do is kind of, live your life for the moment here and allow things to take shape, allow things to take form. Unless somebody here is, accountable for something, right? Responsible for something. Yes, then try to work it out. But give me a second. Let me see what the question is here. Protection, boundaries, and yeah. Where are your boundaries asking to be respected or reinforced? You might require to take a step back from something for the moment. For now, stop trying so hard here and step back a little bit. Put up some proper boundaries that you were supposed to have right from the beginning. I don't know why I had to say it like that, but I had to say it like that. And then allow things to move forward after the fact. Once everybody kind of has a chance to breathe easy, when things are not as high strung. Hold on a second. Let me see. The second one is passion, creativity, vitality. So where does your creativity want to flow wild and unfiltered? Okay, so your sense of boundaries require a little bit of a tweak, I would say. For the moment, right? For the moment, enjoy your life, enjoy yourself, and try not to get too involved in this. I want to call it a messy situation. It could be involving one of your parents or both of them. Maybe you were your parents, kind of like therapist at one point or another. Well, apparently it's time to step away from that. You don't have to be their therapist anymore. They need to also figure some things out amongst themselves, kind of thing. Maybe somebody older than you is looking at you like their trailblazer, like leader, like they expect you to do everything for them. Take a step back from that too. Okay. Hello and welcome. Welcome. Take a step back from that as well. You are not this person's, I want to say you're not this person's personal support worker, PSW, and you're not this person's mother or father. It's actually the opposite. They should be a mother or father to you, not really. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. The hat of responsibilities and duties is reversed here somehow. But let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Oh, okay. If you want to come up like that, you can come up like that. The Five of Wands on the side, the Ten of Pentacles on the side. Yeah, this is a family issue. You are currently, I mean, for some reason, I want to tell you, you're kind of being spoken badly about. I don't know why. I don't know why. But somebody here is, they're not being the adult in the situation. I have to, yeah, yeah. They're not being the grounded adult in the situation. It's almost like the roles are reversed. You're the parent to your parents. It's a very strange thing here. You are meant to disconnect from these problems, by the way. You are meant to do that. The quicker, the better. You are meant to disconnect from that because whatever's happening in this family is, it's not exactly about you. It's about the person who screwed it up. It's not about you. It's about the older person that made the mistake here. It's not the kids' mistakes. It's the adults' mistakes. So the quicker you kind of, Uh, I would say I'm not going to say like isolate completely, but it is a portion of boundaries, putting in boundaries, having to have boundaries. Like somebody here is honestly, they're too old to be childish at this point mentally. Okay, they're too old to be childish at this point. There's something like that going on, and you are also meant to um, recognize that. It's like this dynamic, this family setting. It could be a family setting, or it could be a work setting. Okay, expected the younger person to be the more responsible one, when really it's supposed to be this older individual's efforts to be given here in order for things to work out well, but they didn't. So now you're asked to kind of start taking care of yourself, and don't worry about what they have to do, because it seems like, and it's not a petty thing, it's not about being petty. That's not what this is about. This is about being able to live your own life, because previously you were not able. Previously you were the adult. When you were a kid, you were the adult. Like that's not that it's not how it's supposed to go. Okay? It's not how it's supposed to go. Your parents are supposed to be the ones that you can have a support system with, not the opposite way around. Okay? Um I understand if maybe one of your parents was challenged. Okay, I get it. That part's a bit of an exception with that. But this one here is people who were mentally fine, and they were just expecting you to do all the work, but you were a kid, and therefore you never had a childhood of your own. It's something like that. And if you want to go ahead and enjoy your life, then you do require to protect yourself even from this. You do. Don't correct their mistakes anymore. Just don't do it. Don't be their um don't be the one that needs to be responsible all the time. There's something off here. Now, the other thing is that there could have been unfair treatment from an adult here towards a child, and that's what created a mess inside the family. This is very specific. The quicker this is rectified, the better, because it seems like this child is going to have resentment until the end of days, until they're older and gray themselves. So if there is a major problem inside the family where something is really, really not working out very well, the quicker the better to rectify this. It's not about, um, like sweeping it under the rug or allowing the elephant to keep staying in the room. It's about figuring this out right away, because that boot is very important. The boot is extremely important in this case as well here. I get the feeling that there was like a mistreatment of a child here. Now, if you are already past this point and you're an adult in your life kind of thing, there will be a time where this messy person from the family is going to approach you. You're not interested in creating anything with this person, and I get it. Okay, I get it. But there will be a chance to at least rectify some things. So therefore, you can just have a cleaner spirit yourself, kind of thing. You don't have to hold on to the bitterness of this person who didn't do right by you when you were a kid. You don't have to hold on to that anymore, and you will be able to have that chance to go ahead and talk to each other, and figure things out. Yeah, talk to each other about what really went down, what really happened here. It's like this person who kind of did their own children wrong is slightly getting their butt kicked at night, to a certain degree. I don't know how else to explain that, but it is something like this. Where are your boundaries asking to be respected or reinforced. Yeah, there's something about this. It's like you need to put up healthy boundaries for yourself in order to enjoy your life and not have this individual come in and uh, influence it uh, with their, their, I don't know, it's like their dislike, dislike about you, or there's something weird going on here. This person just isn't, they're not satisfied in their own life. Their dissatisfaction is not supposed to bleed on you, is basically what I'm trying to say here. All right, let's take a look overall what's going on with this third pile. So for you, pile two, it's just basically about, letting this individual or these people know about your own boundaries and being able to move forward, knowing that, you would prefer to be respected in life. And if there's no respect, there's no effort, period, basically. Okay, let's go ahead here. We have the number one. The number one is the house of identity. Sorry. It's also the numerological number of the leader, being a leader, being a, also being a provider. For some reason, I heard that. Okay, fine. But it's about, knowing where you're going, knowing who you are, knowing what you want, right? So let's take a look here. Let's see what's going on. We do have the jug, which is lighthearted and carefree time. Lovely. We also have September. Great. It's really nice. A fair man dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. That's very nice. We also have romance, celebration, and party. Oh, you might meet them in September. Okay. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Very nice. Good. Very good. And then we also have unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Yeah. Well, that one there, it actually feels like you may require to plan ahead for yourself in order to stay on your I would say your own correct path. It's something like that, where like, and this is very good because it coincides with the number one. First of all, it coincides with your own identity, right, who you are, but it also coincides with your leadership skills for the numerological. I always have an issue with that word, for the number one, right? In numerology, the one is about being able to take control of your life. In the house of, a natal chart, the first house is about knowing who you are, knowing where you're going to. So the arrow is very, very, extremely good for that. Straight like an arrow. That's funny. Regardless, though, um you're not meant to, and when I said straight like an arrow, you're not meant to veer off of it, is what's going on here. But you may require some plans of your own in order to stay on the correct path for yourself, right? Meanwhile being friendly but firm is pretty interesting here with this one. Being friendly but firm is very, very suggested here in this third pile. You can still be yourself, but you just need to, just be happy, be lighthearted, be approachable, be friendly, be easy to talk to. But then when somebody tries to kind of take you off your path here, that part's a no-no, you know. You may require to make an escape plan, potentially. Potentially. Okay, let's go ahead here. We have listen. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be important. It is possible that you require to listen to something that's going on, or the individual that you'll meet requires to listen to you, and listen to the fact that you're not going to lose pieces of yourself for this individual. It's just not going to work like that, right? So apparently, for you to stay on your path, there needs to be some compromise going on here. Let's take a look though. Poppy, so dreaming, letting go, and rebirth. Yeah. What dream are you ready to release so something new can grow? Exactly. You know what you're doing. Like, you know what you're doing, you know where you're going. You just got to stay on it. And some people who are part of it, they will stay on it with you, and some people who are not part of it, they will fall away from it. They will. Because they might be the ones who are kind of like planning to keep you around in their life, but your pathways are not joined. They might be similar, so they might be following the same direction, but they're going in opposite, opposite ways. It's possible. Like, you guys are not really, some of you have some people here, like, the lines may be parallel, right? But they're not following the same guideline. Like, you guys are not following the same way specifically, because then at one point or another, that person's line is going to veer off somewhere, and so will yours, or yours will just continue to go straight. Stick to your pathway. Okay, it's very important here. Stick to what you know works for you. Stick to this. Don't you know don't put yourself at a minus here. Like, compromising is good, sure. Planning and compromising and listening, yeah. But at what, like, it's still supposed to kind of make sense. Like, you guys are still supposed to kind of like agree on majority of these things. And if you don't, then there might not be much to salvage here. Okay, let's take a look. What's going on? We do have the Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah. We also have the Page of Swords on the side. We have the Five of Wands here. We have the Sun on the side. All challenges, guys. Two of Wands on the side. Temperance on the side. And the overall thing here to do, don't worry about it. That's the overall, that's literally the overall advice. Don't worry about it. Be still yourself, do your thing, stick to your convictions, something about that. Of course, not that they'll hurt people around you or anything like that. Not those types, right? Not the angry a-hole types or the bitter bit types, not like that. But I'm talking about, like, having that sense of, like, knowing who you are to the point where you know where your pathway is going. And if people have an issue with that, because a lot of people do, apparently here, they've got a lot of problems over here, okay? Then you're not meant to be worried about these, I don't know, these like arguments that they make out of the blue. You're not meant to worry about it. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'll be honest here. If you are a spiritual practitioner, mm, and you are currently working alongside someone, okay, but it seems like they are all over the place. They really are all over the place. There's a dynamic here that just isn't really clicking between you both. Um, you're not meant to be worried about any kind of, like, oh, they're doing things against me, they're saying things against me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm literally letting you know, don't worry about it, because there's something here. It will be rectified on its own. You, though, as an individual here, dealing with this person who's a little bit kooky, okay, you are meant to take care of your own pathway, the one that you are on, your own cup, right? You're meant to take care of that. Don't allow anybody to kind of swindle you into something that just doesn't make sense later down the road. That's that's not going to be healthy for you. It's not going to be healthy for you. You're meant to stay, okay, so if you are the spiritual practitioner, you are meant to stay on your own path. Like, you're meant to listen to your higher ups. Okay, you're meant to really do things that are genuine, authentic. You're meant to stay on that path, and don't allow anybody to kind of, take you off of it. Oh, just because you're going to make more money. Like, money isn't everything in life, right? They do say that. What I mean to say by that is life is not worthy to live if you've sold your soul for money. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So if you've sold your pathway for money, well, you're not going to be gifted anymore. That's one, because you're no longer doing a genuine job. So stick to that pathway. I'm not joking for you, like to you guys. Stick to that pathway that you know best. It's authentic, it's genuine, it's honest, it's transparent, it's childlike, it's happy. Stick to this pathway. You're going to thank yourself in the future that you did listen to yourself and you didn't, go along with somebody else's plans for you. Stick to your pathway. Now, if it's an individual coming your way and they are problematic because it looks like they are too, you're also not meant to worry about it. You're also not meant to worry about it because what's really going on here is that you can basically see that this person is slightly they're not operating from a genuine place, and you can see that about this person. You may have already dealt with them previously and you saw it before. So therefore, you're still not meant to be taken off who you are. You're still not meant to be taken off your leadership kind of persona here, because you're doing a good job due to the fact that you're being genuine with yourself. If the other people don't like it, tough cookies for them. And that's what it really is here. You're not meant to get off a certain pathway because somebody tells you to, or somebody tries to mold you into something that they want you to be, or whatever, right? You're meant to really take care of your own cup here. You really are. You can listen to these individuals. You can, take their conversations and their information into account, into consideration, but you're not meant to neglect yourself. You're not meant to betray yourself, right? So this is very, very specific here. Okay. Don't worry about the people who come into your life just to make a mess out of it. There we go. And that is basically a confirmation notification. Don't allow these people to kind of come in and rattle you. Rattle you. Just because they are rattled themselves doesn't mean you have to be. Okay. You can look at them, you can listen to their story, their life story and all that. You can try to figure out a plan so they can help themselves in life, help themselves, achieve a better standing with themselves, but it's not yours to fix for them, right? Knight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Yeah. It's mostly about being able to, like, where is the effort going? Is it going towards like a reciprocity type of thing, or is it going into a black hole where all your efforts are going nowhere? Your company is not even seen or appreciated. The people that are running around and making trouble, please look at them that they are troubled. If you want to explain this to them and offer them a little bit of a heads up, or some kind of like good well-meaning advice, fine. Will they listen to you? That's on them. Okay, that's on them. That's their own choice. You can't make them listen. But what you can do is you can make sure that you're not coming off your path just because you did a pit stop to help them out, because it's very important that you don't overstay some kind of pathway over here. You don't overstay to the point where you lose sight of your own. Okay. When you start to lose sight of your own, you got to go. You really got to go. You got to go, because at that point, um their path is going to engulf yours, and you're no longer going to know where you're going, who you are, and what kind of direction you want to go into anymore. So just be careful that you don't get too immersed in this, or enmeshed in other people's pathways. If they want to be, troublemakers in their own life, so be it. It's not for you. It's not for you. Okay. All right. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I hope these were helpful, and I will see you all next time. And next time means tomorrow. Again, same time, same channel. Awesome. And I will see you guys then. Have a great one for now. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Bye bye.